All right. So, let's jump into this. We are looking at some angles here. This is what we have coming up next, and we're talking about the transversals of angles. That's the fancy word for it. Basically, what we're doing is finding the measurements of our angles. So, the important thing that we need to realize and remember about our angles is that when you have a circle, think about it. When you have a circle, I'm gonna scoot this down. When you have a circle, your whole circle is just gonna be 360 degrees. But if you go across here, remember we have a 90-degree angle, and then if we have two 90s, that's gonna give us 180. So what our focus for when we're working on papers like this is we want to remember 180 degrees. Okay? So what I want to get you in the habit of doing is putting all your numbers on there, but what you're going to end up doing is solving for x. So find out where that x is, but I still want you to be in the habit of numbering everything. So here's what we're doing. I know that have an x and it give me at least one number. So remember that straight line is going to be 180 degrees. So if I know that this side is 91, and you see it doesn't have the little arrow on the little square, so it's not a 90-degree angle. If this side is 91, this side has to be whatever that difference is to make up 180. So 180 minus 91 means that this side over here is 89. And you're going to see a pattern with this. So I want to, and I'm going to get out my Post-its for a second. I'm going to look at this. That's 180 degrees. So if this side is 89, 180 minus 89, that means that this side has to be 91. Same thing over here. If I'm looking, and I'm just looking at just right here, you're going to see a pattern, I promise you. If this side is 91, then we already did it. 100 minus 91 is going to be 89. So what you want to do is just kind of be careful of what you have going on. And then it's going to be the same thing down here. So if this one was 91, this one is going to be 91. Because looking in here, this is going to give me that 180. If this one was 89, and again, if I'm looking at this, that's a 90-degree angle, this is going to be 89. If this one is 89, this one is going to be that 91. So if that one is 91, for me to get back to 180, because remember we did them in our calculator, this one is going to be 89. So in this case, my x is 89. It seems like a lot of labeling, but I would rather you label and be careful than be wrong. But you can see the pattern for what you're doing. So we're going to talk about interior angles, exterior angles, alternating angles. But if you look, I have my 89 here, 89 there, 89 here, 89 there. You can see a pattern to it. If you're looking, this and this are the exact same thing. Okay? All right, so let's go over here to number 2. So if I have 89 there, remember I want to find out where my x is. I don't have any numbers up there, but what I know is my focus is 180. So if 98 is right here, that means that the difference from my 180, because you see that line, I know that's 180 degrees. So I'm going to go 180 minus 98, because that's 98, means that this one is going to be 82. Okay? So, again, looking at that line, if this one is 98, we already figured it out, then this is going to be 82 over here. And if that's 82, again, see that straight line? That's 180 degrees. That's going to be your 98. So I'm going to move the calculator real quick. Remember, we just looked at these and said that they're going to be the same at the top and at the bottom. Because again, if this is 82, then that means that this one over here is going to be 98, 82, 82, because those right there together are going to be your 180, which means this one is your 98. Pretty easy, right? And again, look at that pattern that you have. Here's my 98, across from there is my 98, across from there is my 98, across from there is my 98, and they're the same at the top and at the bottom. Okay? All right, I'm going to do 3 and 4 with you, and then I'm going to let you practice 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own, okay? So again, remember my focus is 180. I got a number here, and then my X is over here. Find your X. So looking at this line, that straight line right there, that's going to be 180 degrees, remember? So if I got 180, this is 118 of it. Oops, I forgot to put minus. Minus 118. That one is 62. So this one here is going to be 62. If that one is 62, because that straight line, remember that's 180. If that one is 62, just double check it. That's going to give us that 118. And if you look at it, you can see that that is an obtuse angle. It's more than 80 degrees. So here's my 118, which means this one is going to be 62. Now, remember, this has to be 180. So if this is my 118, then that means this is going to be my 62. This is going to be my 118. This is going to be my 62. Because remember, that has to be 180 degrees. And so this is going to be my 118. So again, looking at those patterns, there's my 62, 62, 62, 62. My X was 62. All right, one more. I think you got it though, but we'll look and see. So here we go. Looking. There's that straight line because they're giving me this 53 right there, but where's my X? There it is. That X is going to move around. It could be on the inside. It could be on the outside. I don't care. I just want to find it. And if I fill in all my numbers, then I know I'll be okay either way. So looking here, that's 53. I know that this is 180. So I'm going to grab my calculator. I'm going to do 180 minus 53. That gives me 127. And again, I'm going to turn it. If you look at that angle, you can see that it's an obtuse angle. It's more than 90 degrees, so that makes sense. So we said 127. So again, if this is 180 degrees and that one is 127, we just double check it. 180 minus 127, we got our 53 again. Okay? So it's figuring out. So if that's 53, that means the rest of this is that 127. If that's 127, here's my 53, my 127, my 53, my 127. Fill in everything. But I've already highlighted my X, so I know what I'm looking for. All right? So again, being able to notice that pattern, I'm going to go 53. There's my 53, 53, 53, 53. Okay? And I forgot to put my answer here. Sorry. All right, I want you to try 5, 6, 7, and 8 on your own. You're trying to figure out what X is. Once you get done with those 4, then bring it to me. We'll check and see how you did, and then we'll get a little bit of practice, okay? So go ahead and pause your video and try 5, 6, 7, and 8.